Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into a major severe weather outbreak that will be happening today. This will be mainly most severe weather should be staying across several plains, but it can also extend up to the Midwest and even to the Central Plains as well. It's a pretty large area, but why I'm calling this a major severe weather outbreak because the storms across the several plains can be very nasty. Hello SPC Roblox. How's your day been going today? Trying to get chat. That was my phone there. And yeah, it's been a while. Will severe weather hit Evansville from May 2nd to May 5th? It's definitely possible. I am thinking about looking into that. The stream here, it's looking pretty interesting there. But let's go ahead and mainly focus on today. And as you can see here, they just recently updated about an hour ago. There's a moderate risk for severe storms anywhere from for ports of northeastern Texas, far western Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. The main threats will be damaging winds, and that's what the SPC is highlighting. That hatch area, that means there could be winds greater than 70 miles an hour, and we can see very strong winds. We'll probably see hurricane force winds out there today. Hail has also been upgraded to a 45% up into northeastern Oklahoma. There as well. There's also a significant area which indicates for the potential for some very large hail, which could be that could be greater than 2 inches in diameter. And there is a tornado threat that's there as well. We're not looking into significant tornadoes today. Only really a 10% chance for tornadoes across eastern Oklahoma. If I was have a chase target, it would be somewhere in eastern Oklahoma, probably just south of Tulsa. Uh, that's where I'll probably will go. Definitely, it's a really good environment. Which I'll probably show you guys the SPC mesoscale analysis to show you guys how much CAPE is there right now. It's currently 2 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time. And guess what we have on here? We actually have the HER version 4. And this is the first time. Well, this is actually not the first time showing on this channel. It was on here a few months ago, and I think they were fixing it up some more. So, and we have it back, and we have storms that be going on across eastern Texas and into Louisiana. Storms will start to explode across Missouri, and when this cap starts to break, here's your first storm popping up very quickly. But if we go to the next hour, a lot of storms start to fire up, which will start to become pretty organized here. And these black areas here, these black circles, that's some stronger updraft velocity that also increases the large hail threat. Going into the next hour, then the next, and storms really start to fire up, especially around 1Z, which is about 8, I believe, 8 o'clock Central Time. Here's 14, and as you can see here, storms really become pretty strong. And probably, is there going to be a high risk? I think that's going to be a lot of people's questions. I highly doubt it. There's going to be a high risk, but a high risk could be possible from damaging winds. Really, it's a 60% chance in hatched. So yeah, and those storms start to continue to move southeast, and they move really fast too. And the Her version 4 really does show it. And as you can see here, when it starts to bow out like this, that's where you can see for some serious damage of winds to with those storms. And then that goes off the coast, and the severe weather threat starts to move to the east here. So we'll take a look into that. They've also recently updated this as well. So we have a slight risk for severe storms anywhere from far eastern, well, not really far, but eastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, through portions of Alabama, and into central Georgia. You also got a marginal risk stretching as far north as the Virginia and North Carolina state line, and as far west as southern Texas. The tornado threat should be staying low with this, only a 2%. So there could be a couple split up tornadoes. Damage and winds will be the primary threat. There could also be some hail in there as well. And why not take like to day 3? And there's a couple of areas of marginal risk. Got one for the peninsula, and you got another one for the Carolinas for the coast there. So what does this model also has to offer? We also have the superset composite. We have updraft helicity swaths as well. So yeah, this is probably a little bit more realistic here with the superset composite values here. It's really when you get into the oranges and the reds, that's when the chances really start to go up for supercells. But this is for really what this means here. The environment is good for supercells. It really is. That's pretty much what it really means there. The environment's really good for supercells. Um, but we could probably see a few supercells. Better chance supercells will be developing across northeastern Oklahoma. Is where we're predicting, especially where the SPC has a 45% chance range for very large hail. That's where we indicate the better chance for supercells, and then eventually they'll becoming pretty much linear and not just lose connection on here. So I do apologize if the stream starts to cut in and out. So my apologies on that. And yeah, supercell composite is not really high. It's off the screen though over it here. So and then it starts to move out. It goes out 48 hours and only updates 4 times a day, just like some of the other models as well. We'll take a look at the original HER model, which is currently on the 17Z, but we'll take a look at the 16Z, and we'll take a look into the Severn Great Plains here. And it only goes out at 18 hours. And as you can see here, storms will become explosive, especially across northeastern Oklahoma. That's where my target area will be if I was. If I was storm chasing, that would be my target area. And it seems like it's not as impressive as what the other models show, which is kind of interesting there. And we can actually take a look to updraft helicity swaths. This would really indicate the large hail threat. It's really when you get into the yellows and reds, that's when it's pretty high. The greens are not that bad, but when you get into yellows and reds, that's a little bit concerning. You can see here the better chances up here. That's where we also indicate a better chance for supercells and including tornadoes as well. So if you guys get any questions about this event, you can put in the chat. So this is the echo tops. So this is how high these storms can be. And this is in thousands here. As you can see here, some storms could be nearing 45,000 feet, which is pretty high when you think about that. That's really high. As we go a little bit further down the row, it's also nearing 50,000 feet just northwest of Dallas and Fort Worth. And for some other areas as well, where we have explosive thunderstorms in there. And this could really turn into more of an MCS type of event, where these storms can go for so long. It's kind of moving northwest, but it's a little bit more from the north. So this is kind of like a really, what should I say? This more of an MCS type of thing here. So let's take a look at the surface space cape here. It's going to be pretty high values. It's going to be pretty high. Let me tell you. The cyanide is something you do not want. If you want severe weather, you do not want cyanide. Really, over 100 or negative 100 cyanide is when things start to get a little bit not really favorable. And as you can see here, there is cyanide around. There is a couple of hot spots, but overall, it's going to be low. But look how much CAPE is there. Talk about up to 4,500. As we kind of continue on, that CAPE will start to decrease a little bit as nighttime grows on. And we'll take a look into the SPC hourly mesoscale analysis, and we'll take a look into the surface space CAPE. And right now we have 4,000 CAPE in this area in here across north central Oklahoma, which is a lot. You got 5,000 across southern Texas, 4,500. Really, you need over 2,500 this time of year, since we're getting closer to the summer. So the K values are expected to be pretty high during the summer. You do expect that. We're getting K values up to 4,000, and expect this to increase. It's only 2:05 in my time. In their time, it's about 1 or 12 o'clock. So keep in mind, so these values here probably could reach to 5,000. And down here across over Texas may reach 6,000. We're just going to see about that. We'll see if there's anything else we have here. Oh yeah, mid-level lap rates. It's pretty high right now. That's really good to increase severe weather potential. And keep in mind, guys, this is right now. So this is in real time. It updates every 1 minute. And this is what the SPC uses to create these watches here. Here's their mesoscale discussion here for southeastern Texas and portions of Louisiana there. And we'll just look into the composite index. So this is supercell composite. Again, this is mainly for favorable development for supercells. It's as high as a 16 in a couple of areas. We do have the derecho composite, and look at that. It's actually going up. It's right now a 6, so there could be a possibility of a derecho. It's possible here. Um, and derechoes is stuff you do not want to mess with. MCS maintenance, it's pretty high. Significant hail parameters here. So this is 2 inches plus in diameter. And this red here is a 3. And I don't know how much this is out of. So, and also never seen this high before. But yeah, and the large hail parameters, it's not really there, but I'm sure they'll dramatically increase. The better chance looks to be over here across northern Oklahoma. What else we have here? Oh yeah, we have. So this is in beta right now. So these here are in a work in progress. We've got EF0 plus probability, EF2 plus probability, EF4 plus, and even violent tornado parameter. So this is pretty cool stuff. So if this can load here, I hope it can. So if a tornado does develop, it's favorable for EF0 plus here. Probability EF2 plus, which is a significant territory, which it does show some 10s out there, which is a little bit high. It is, but EF4 plus, I believe it should be very low. Now 3s and 4s and 1s for significant tornadoes are pretty low probability. And you see here, nothing. And this is violent tornado probabilities, which is pretty low as well. This is the energy helicity index. It's pretty low right now, but we do expect this to increase during the day. Really, we're lacking right now is helicity, but I'm sure that will definitely increase as the front gets closer. Got as high as a 2. There's even a 4 across eastern Texas where we have higher helicity. Welcome Max Brooks to the live stream. What are the chances for severe weather looking like up towards northern Illinois? At this point, you guys are in a slight risk. We could take a look into that. So we'll take a look into the HER model, which it really overdoes things sometimes. So here's northern Illinois right here. Here's your front start to approach, and here's some storms that start to develop. There could be some large hail with these again, with these black circles. That means there's a higher chance of some higher probabilities of updraft helicity. There we go. And there could be some large hail with some of these storms as well. Enhanced risk probability, I think, would be low. But again, like I said, the herd model can sometimes overdo things here. It does show some pretty good hailstorms out there. And we'll take a look to the herd version 4. And really, the main threats across northern Illinois would be damaging winds. There will be some large hail, and there could be spin of tornadoes up there as well. There will be a chance for supercells. That's a definite yes. You see here, this model here does show not as bad, so I think I will trust this model here a little bit more. I think it's more accurate. So really, across northern Illinois, you do have a chance of seeing supercells. If you do get a supercell, there is chances for all hazards up there, so just stay weather aware up there today. And let's take a look into later down the road. Now on Twitter here, I've this was made a few days ago. Trying to look for it and see, and I made a map, and this is it right here. I'm indicating for the possibility of an active severe weather period, valid May 2nd to the 5th for some of these areas here. Now, it did change some. The chances are going down across Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, and the probability looks to be more across these areas right here. More in Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, southern Ohio. Models are really indicated there could be a couple of days of severe weather for some of these areas in here, which we'll be taking a look into the European model, which we'll use a different website for that. We'll also take a look into the GFS as well. And there might be possibilities of an MCS trying to show up, especially across central and southern Missouri, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, excuse me, um, western Tennessee, and northern Arkansas. There, this general area here, and I'll show you guys that. So we'll start off with later today. Here's your cluster of severe thunderstorms there. And here we go to next morning here across the day. Thursday, there could be a severe weather threat. Probably a good chance for damaging winds for Pennsylvania, all the way back down into the Carolinas, maybe down to Florida there. And let's move on to the second here. And like I said, I made that map a couple of days ago, so things have changed a little bit. So here's Saturday the 2nd. You can see the chances for severe, isolated storms that will develop across central Texas. They go overnight. Things like they dissipate. Here comes some storms that develop in Kansas. Here's 12 o'clock. Here's 7. And here's your chance of severe weather. Starts to really expand the coverage. And this is what I'm talking about here. There might be an MCS try to go on here. It's sort of on a northwest flow. Sort of. It's moving to the southeast a little bit. And there you go. And it seems like it starts to dissipate as it gets into the Tennessee Valley. So that's round 1. And here comes round 2 here on Tuesday the 5th. And I'm also starting to have some uncertainties with this. You have a chance for severe storms anywhere from Texas all the way up into the Tennessee Valley. Here's 9 o'clock, 11. Your low pressure system is over Bowling Green at this point. Moving northeast, and then that just passes by. And it's even indicating snow out ahead of us here, which is very interesting. So this is really your lightning flash intensity here. Really in the brighter colors here, that's where we show a lot of lightning. Here's 7 o'clock. Let's actually go back to the 3rd. And as you can see, there's definitely going to be some strong to severe thunderstorms indicated by the European model. And I've also heard that the SPC are thinking about issuing a 15% for some of these areas in here on their next update. So there's definitely a chance for 15% in these areas right in here, which includes portions of Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, maybe even back into Kansas, or even portions of Arkansas and Tennessee. I think a 30% enhanced risk is going to be kind of loaded at this point because we are still pretty far out from this event. And oh yeah, I can show you guys the GFS, kind of a similar situation, but it's actually a little bit further north, showing some pretty big storms backing up to Indiana, and then that starts to push it to southeast here, and probably better chance of severe weather might be further east here. So there's some uncertainty, so follows along with that, and could be a little bit windy back behind it as well. We'll take a look into the Euro. Yeah, it's not that windy actually. Let's actually use the NAM here. Since this could be a pretty big windstorm, this system will be, especially in the warm sector, as you can see here. Winds gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. If we back this up some more, you can see here it gets pretty windy for a lot of people. Pretty similar situation here, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts. So there's definitely going to be a lot of wind advisories and warnings, especially across the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, maybe across the portions of the Southeast, even across the Northeast as well. This is going to be a powerhouse of a storm system here, and we'll take a look into the precipitation. So really what this model here is, this is the high-res NAM here. You can see here those explosive thunderstorms that pushes across the south. And then it looks like they'll start to fire up later today on Wednesday, which I may have to change. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to show you guys something. I made math. I forgot to show you guys this, but I know it says day 2. I made this yesterday. I've uploaded onto Twitter last night. And this is why I think about this here. So I've already issued a moderate risk last night, mainly across southeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas, and central and western Arkansas. Probability of threat will be damage winds, 45%, significant large hail, 30% significant tornadoes, low end at 5%. May need to increase that to 10%, and maybe increase large hail at a 45% up here. I don't really have the time to change that. And that's pretty much your overlook for there. And I've also made day 2, which I actually may need to extend that marginal risk a little bit further east to include more of the Appalachian Mountains and the Carolinas. But this is what it looks like for now. You do have a slight risk from far southeastern, a voice crack, Texas through central southern Illinois, southern Mississippi, central Alabama, into central Georgia. So rarely the primary threats damage winds. There could be some hail. There also could be a split of tornado or two in there as well. But do you guys have any other questions on here? And that's pretty much all for you guys. Take a look back here. Pay attention to the cape. This is a mixed layer cape. This is really the type of cape you should be looking for. And we got a cape as high as 3,500 across northern Texas, 3,000 across portions of Oklahoma. So there's definitely a lot of cape going on there right now. And we do expect this to increase over time. This is low level lap rates, not as impressive there, but it's really you need to look for is mid level lap rates. So yeah. Go back here. See if you guys say any more questions here. I mean, if you guys do like this live stream, you can hit the like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. There. We've been live streaming for about 25 minutes, close to that, at least. I guess you guys do not have any other questions, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this live severe weather update. And if you do live in the plains or having any severe weather risk areas, Be weather aware out there, save it for tomorrow and today, especially across Oklahoma, Texas. You may need to go. You definitely need to stay from windows because there could be winds gusting up to 90 miles an hour from these storms. You can also see baseball-sized hail, could be larger than that. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this life update, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.